So my theme is the expansion of our worldview, which is another way of saying the expansion of our world. We all live in a worldview. We have a worldview as individuals, and as a society, as a people, we have a worldview. And just as in the 16th century, 17th century, there was a profound shift in worldview from an earth-centered to a sun-centered view. And we are going through, I believe, a similarly dramatic and profound change in worldview and our understanding of our place in the universe. And I want to speak about what are the characteristics of that change in worldview and understanding, and the outlines of a new world that are revealed by psychedelic experiences, among others, meditative, spiritual experiences, spontaneous experiences of expanded consciousness. Psychedelics are consciousness expanding experiences. So, last night many of you saw a film by Jan Kuhn, a beautiful film called Other Worlds. This is a concept that's familiar to us, that people who take psychedelic experiences often feel that they are in another world all of a sudden. Not away somewhere, not separate, but simultaneously present in the existing world. Of course, if it gets really separate, then we talk about psychosis or a dissociative state. The other worlds and the connection and the presence of other worlds in our world is characteristic of psychedelic experiences. One of the changes that we're going through is to reintegrate the scientific vision, the scientific understanding of the world, which is a material focused, with the religious, mystical vision of the world. Albert Hoffman has spoken of this many times as the true significance, the most profound significance of psychedelic experiences. What happened in the 16th century is that science and religion split up and divided, because religion, the Christian church, was the controlling ideology that reserved the right to make pronouncements on spirituality, on consciousness, on values. And the scientists said, oh, but that's great, we have this great new method, and we call the experimental method, we want to apply it, and we'll just work with material substances and material things, and that's your department. But why did they do that? Because they wanted to keep their jobs and they wanted to keep their lives. But the time has long come and is overdue for a return to an integrated worldview. We live in a world where we don't want to have two cultures. It's not healthy to have two cultures. So I believe the new worldview will need to integrate our understanding of spiritual, the multidimensional reality of our being, of the world itself, of the planet. We live in a multidimensional world. This is the most ancient spiritual teachings of all traditions. The Sufis used to say, human beings are like someone who lives in a 7-story mansion and has a 7-story mansion, lives only on the ground floor, and has lived on the ground floor for so long that he's forgotten that there even are other floors or other levels. But just how to get there and how to explore them. So I believe we're going to see a return to what the ancient Egyptians called a sacred science, a completely integrated understanding of science, art, and religion. It's not separate, not in conflict. A sacred science. with a multidimensional view of the nature of reality, with the possibility of consciously working in other dimensions. Which is what you do when you're meditating, when you're consciously exploring other realms. And from the area of science, we see formulations in the work of many pioneering scientists, including Stan Grof and others, that point towards consciousness now, science recognizing that consciousness is all-pervasive and fundamental rather than being seen as an epiphenomenon or a consequence of brain phenomena. And this in turn connects back, this expanded worldview connects back to the worldview of indigenous people, a worldview of, it's a systemic worldview of interrelations, of interconnectedness, where a paradigm is a web of life, a web of interconnectedness and interdependent interrelations, a web of life. Fritjof Capra has written a book called The Web of Life, as a new paradigm for a new world.